How you doing? I am the legendary East Coast father, Andray Ebony. I represent the Orange Arrow.
My name is Post Alpha Omega, I represent the Orange Arrow.
My name is Kash West. I also represent the Orange Area.
Okay. People have spoken about outright canceling the Thug Realness category as Ballroom becomes more mainstream. How do you feel about that conversation? And do you think there's still a place for Thug Realness in the future? So remember, question is, how do you feel about people talking about canceling the category? And what do you think about the future of Thug Realness?
I've heard the talk of canceling Thug Realness in Ballroom. People find the category boring. So as a collective, if we can keep it as interesting as possible and keep the audience attention on it, I don't see a problem for it. It's here. It's a part we are. So I think it's still a place in Ballroom for Thug Realness.
I feel like you have heard the talk of it, but it is a category in Ballroom. It represents a group of competitors that's in that category. Yeah, you do hear that realness is boring, or we just standing here, we X, Y, and Z, but I think the creativity and a lot of the events that we've turned out over the past couple of years do show that realness is definitely a competitive lead at Ballroom.
I've also heard the conversation about canceling out Thug Realness, but how do you cancel out something that's everyday life? You bring all of them together and say that we're outsiders, but because I'm an everyday person, you try to cancel me out like I'm a heterosexual, when in the community we broadcast out because femininity sells. I'm no longer a factor in all actuality. I'm still homosexual. I don't have to exude femininity or push a narrative that makes social media go crazy. Because me being a thug is literally me being a thug. There's nothing outside of that I need to focus on or get somebody to capitalize on. If you segregate Thug Realness, then you might as well segregate female figure realness. You might as well segregate folk dramatics because they're all a different language.
One of the biggest misconceptions that they have in Ballroom in regards to realness is that it's an act. It's a play. We actors. We're up here turning on for the cameras. When we go home, when we leave off the runway, that it all ends, and we go home and turn to snapping our fingers, popping gun, girl, this, that, and that's not what it is. I get up every day as a male. I go home the same way. It's not for Ballroom. It's everyday life. And I think a lot of them don't understand that part. They just think, Ballroom is a club or it's an event or something, and that's just what we are, and that's not it.
I'll piggyback off of what he said. I believe people think that realness is literally like you could put on an outfit and you go outside and you're capitalized as real. Our main people are most categories with no shirt on, no nothing, because you can strip me out of everything and I'm genuinely real. You can't put me in an outfit and capitalize, oh, he looks real today. Take me outside of that to find out, am I genuinely real? The misconception is you can put somebody in a category and they gotta drive that lane because you made it for them, not because that's who they are.
Part of the big misconceptions I find for what people think of realness is they have this perception of, well, all realness guys are about these days. All realness guys do this. It's always something sexual to try to break our confidence, try to break us out of something they think that we're pretending to be. Like, the minute you say it, we're just going to switch and like a mind trap us into admitting that, oh, we're not as real as you think. It's a ballroom act. And since we're not on the floor, I can be honest with you, no, some of us, this is how we act 24 hours a day. And as far as I'm concerned, your sexuality don't have nothing to do with your realness. I know some straight heterosexual men, and some of the things they do in their bedroom, us as gay men would find that to be gay activities. So we should not be judged on anything sexual when it comes to our realness. How do I explain to them? Well, basically, it's like everyday life. It's not something you prepare for. It's not something you shop at Party City to look up an outfit and then suddenly you feel real. It's just, you take yourself before the ball, bring that same person to the ball, act that same way before you got to the ball, and be that same person after the ball. And trust me, that's realness right there. If you can keep that going straight, you're real. There's no other you but who you are, who you present to us.
Explaining the category to people that's outside of ballroom is just like, this is me every day. This is me during the category. This is me after the category. This is me going to my job. This is me talking to the young men that I mentor to, the young men that look up to me, the young men that I commemorate with. That's what it is. It's not an act. I mean, that's the part I think is hard that we got to get past is when you say ballroom realness, the first thing they say is, oh, hey, you know, y'all really gay later on, you an old girl later on, you walk that, and it's not that. You have people that walk realness that is their lane, but that's not everybody's lane. And I think we all get grouped into that, yeah, you a man for now, but later on, you just like us, and that's not what it is. And I think that's the bad part of it.
How do I explain thug realness to my family? I come from a very lower ranking family. We grew up straight out the bottom. So when it comes to me telling them that a thug is somebody that can be from any hood, any neighborhood, you're walking in that neighborhood with your own frame of mind. Nothing nobody can do, nothing nobody say to you is going to distract you from being who you genuinely are. Your expectations of me don't exude what I'm going to be. But when I walk into any neighborhood, I'm not bothered by nobody. So when I tell my family, oh, thug realness is this, I have to make them understand that it's not about the tattoos, it's not the gold fonts, it's not none of that. It's the fact that I'm gonna go anywhere and do anything I want and not worry about who's there. That's what thug realness is.
Being comfortable, like you go anywhere comfortable, you rock anywhere. It ain't like, oh, I gotta go here and turn on this ad, so I'll go to the corner store. Nah, this is how I am when I come to my house. I'm young and I'm coming to my house the same way. You know what I'm saying?
I would say Jihad Ebony inspired me. I first came into the ballroom and I felt like I was too different. I felt like I was too hood. It was too much of a level of femininity they wanted me to walk against. So rather than me feel like I got to keep going against somebody I feel is less than me, I decided to separate myself from ballroom. Jihad taught me that because you're that, because you had that mind frame, nobody can distract you from your lane. You are literally going to drive that lane because nobody can bother you. So when I say keep going, my motivation is me. I'm 5'6" and I'm the highest paid thug in ballroom right now.
First coming into ballroom, the first person that I actually encountered was Bam Ebony. And you know, going back looking at the clips when you started figuring out what ballroom was, just used to watch and just look and just looking at him and looking at I'm gonna even throw TikTok name and just looking at them and seeing like, oh, you know, these guys, they're in ballroom, they walk this category, but you know, they look like how I identify, so it's okay. That made it be like, okay, it's cool. They're in the same community and they're everyday men. Look how they get up and they walk around. I had no idea that they were even in ballroom. And just looking at them, the first where I'm from, you look at them like, you know, you would never suspect or think anybody of that caliber was like that. And then continuing on, looking at James Icon and Dray Ebony, just looking at, you know, how they carry themselves, how they maneuver, how they were in their categories, and it just like, you know, keep going. You know, just the conversations that I've had personally with them on things and pointers and stuff that they talked about, it was the inspiration. Just, you know, keep doing your thing.
People that motivated me to start walking realness is the three kings of the house Ebony: Dray Ebony, Jihad Ebony, and Roy Ebony. After being in their presence and watching them and the way they move, you couldn't help but to want to be like them. You know, they exuded what realness was at that time. That was like the early 90s Philly. Someone who has continually pushed me to continue walking, besides myself, because I do this as a motivational thing, I just enjoy doing it, is probably Dan, who me and talk every Monday morning after all weekend. You know, he congratulates, he motivates, and keep going. Just keep going until you get tired of doing it. My son Face, you know, who'll be home soon. He calls me on a weekly basis and he said, I heard you on again. Congratulations, Dad. Keep going. When I get out there, we're gonna be doing it together. So, you know, I got different things that continue to to motivate me to continue to do the things that I do. And it's something I enjoy doing, so I'm gonna do it until the wheels fall off. A rival in Ballroom? Nah. I really haven't had any one rival because I don't walk in any one area. So I've met plenty of people in final battles throughout the country. There's no one rival for me. And probably anybody in the final battle with me is probably gonna be my rival.
Rival, no. I've been around. I think everybody's competition. Everybody's competition you run on the floor.
Rival, not so much goals, yeah, but I knocked them all out.
Okay, politician post. As far as legends that before becoming legend myself, I have won over legends. I've won over about 3 or 4 before becoming legends. And since becoming a legend, I've won over all.
Legends of Andray Ebony, Derek Chanel, Mag, Sekou, Bad. Those are the ones that you want to get at to get out the way.
I came in a little later in the game, so as far as viewing legends, I tapped them all before they became legends. So now that I'm on my way to legendary status, I don't feel like I got no smoke. My top 5 realists of all time would be, I come from the West Coast as well, so it would be Nico, Duke, Jihad Ebony, of course my dad, and Ebony, Boy Ebony, of course, of my eras.
Top 5 was Dray Ebony, James Icon, Dan Ebony. Sekou Prodigy, Derek Chanel.
My 5 top realness icons of all time, 4 of them was in the house of Ebony. That would be Dre, Roy, Jihad, Bam, and of course, my boy, James Icon.
How important do you think it is to travel to walk realness category this day in Ballroom? Starting with you, Andray.
I think travel is very important. For one, these days we have this saying right now where local legends, and I do see a lot of that. For somebody like myself who's traveled, if there's been a ball in your city, I've been there. If I've been there, I've won there. Okay, I don't mean to sign copy. I do represent the category and Ballroom as a whole. So it is very important to travel. Not only have I traveled in the States, I had also 3 grand prizes in Paris as well. I have been overseas, international. So to be a legend, just think of the word legend. You can't be a legend if you're only known in your hometown where you grew up, with the school where you work. That's not a legend. That's somebody who's known in their own city. A legend is somebody who's known, the minute you hit the floor and your name is mentioned, they know what you are or what you're capable of doing. That's a legend, as far as I'm concerned. So yes, I do think it's important to travel.
I think it's very important to travel. Well, you have to get out there how they gonna know who you are. If you're just staying in the area where you at, you know, the ball is up. There's a category you see as you go out there, you get it. You know what I'm saying? You go out there, you get on the floor, let them see you consistently keep showing up. You gotta keep showing up for them to know who you are.
Yeah, I think travel is relatively important. Making your home base your main base isn't the smartest move. If you're gonna walk around this category, you have to be real everywhere, anywhere, not just at home.